Y no me bajo porque tengo que presentar a Ann-Marie Aguilar, Senior Vicepresident para EMEA, del International Wellbuilding Institute. Ann-Marie.
Okay. Is this actually working? Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Great to be here today. I'm hoping this is going to work. Yes. Is this working? Great. So I just wanted to make a really great thank you for Beato for obviously putting on such a great second annual wellference, which is fabulous here in Madrid. We're really proud of the relationship we have with ITG, and we're really looking forward to the ongoing development of courses and programs that can help you understand the benefit of well. We've got some really exciting news about the benefits of well here in Spain. So we now have 78 well-registered projects here in Spain, which has now made Spain the third country in Europe that's really accelerating the well movement, which is with over 10 million square feet of projects. And we're also looking at really understanding the growth of this, not only in Europe, but Middle East and North Africa, and globally, we've just hit our total of over 500 million square feet. So it's a really exciting time for us. So for those of you who are new to well, we're going to go into a little bit of detail of what well is, and we're also going to talk a little bit about the growth of our newest program, which is Well Portfolio. And we're also going to have a couple of video presentations in this slide deck today, which is really going to help describe and really show you what well looks like from the folks who are living in those buildings. So let's kick off. This is the stat that everybody talks about, which is one of the reasons why health and well-being is such a big focus. We spend 90% of our time indoors, and our human body was never really designed to live in this sort of environment. And we're not moving as much, we're not eating healthy food, we're sitting in our offices too much, and we're sitting during commuting times. So what is this actually doing to our health and to our body? And one of the most important things that we're starting to really look at today is the cost of being unwell. And this is really driving discussions by human resources, real estate companies, HR, and really trying to understand how do we start to really understand what those numbers are. And obviously, the costs that we're all able to quantify are things like absenteeism, the cost of insurance. What does it cost the business for things like workers' compensation? But now we're starting to look at some of the underlying hidden costs. Turnover. How do we start to attract and retain the best talent? These are all drivers that are really forcing companies, human resources, to really look at how does the workplace make this argument different? How can we start attracting people into the workplace by the spaces that we design? And we're really starting to see the outcome now of companies who are actually delivering health and well-being in their spaces. They've got 2 times highly engaged employees, they've got higher revenue per employee, and they're looking at fewer healthcare costs. So as we're starting to see well buildings become certified in operation, we're looking at a tremendous output in terms of what this benefit does deliver to the companies that actually deploy these statistics. And we're looking at a really strong discussion today about ESG, so environmental, social, and governance. So we're going to see the social topic coming up more and more in 2020. And what's interesting about well is it actually delivers the social impact. It delivers the health and the well-being of the people who actually occupy these spaces. So we're going to definitely see a very dual focus this year on social and sustainability. So what we're looking at is dual certifications for projects that are looking at well for health and well-being and LEED or BREEAM for sustainability. And this will drive ESG reporting and be able to tell companies can tell what they're doing for their staff. And is anyone here familiar with GRESB? Okay, well that's an important tool to start looking at, and that's really the global real estate sustainability benchmark. It's the ability for companies to start to communicate to their investors. What do our assets hold? Are they certified in sustainability? Do they have a health and well-being certification? And for the first time ever, GRESB has actually included a health and well-being module in their certification approach. So keep an eye on this space, because this is going to be a very important continuation of this discussion of ESG and social value. The other very important component that we're starting to see drive investments is the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Again, another topic where we're talking about sustainability and social impact. And we're really excited to know that now WELL has been aligned across every single feature to show how it meets with the UN Sustainable Development Goals. So the WELL building standard evolved since 2014. It's the first building rating system that's designed specifically for human health and really starts to address how can we use buildings to reduce the long-term chronic disease that people face. Quick video.
I think it's now time for wellness to come to the fore because as an industry, we are well versed on sustainability in its broader incarnation. This is the next level.
The spaces that we live and work in every day have a significant impact on us as human beings.
If we don't consider the human health and wellness of people that will occupy the spaces we create, we're not getting it right.
A WELL building is one that is designed and constructed and maintained to improve the health, happiness, wellness and productivity of its users.
We are considering their well-being as a core value to our organization.
Everybody wants good quality air. Everybody wants high quality water. One of the interesting things about the WELL standard is that for the first time, we're really quantifying things like the role of nourishment and mind.
What this is really doing is dealing with chronic issues that are affecting our workplace. Designers can actually create spaces that incorporate solutions that affect the human body.
就是在所有的建筑当中，大家都知道有很多成熟的标准，但是这是第一步，是国际性的、全球可以适用的一步，关于建筑和人的关系的，特别是人的健康的关系的这么一个标准。
What I love about the WELL standard is the fact that it is based in scientific research. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're looking at how do we take that data that already exists out in the public to create our buildings.
It's a third-party, evidence-based, science-backed rating system that tells you how your space is performing.
To have someone come on site and physically test our space was pretty incredible so that we could get live feedback from all of the systems that we had designed.
Employee satisfaction is absolutely crucial and it's a clear predictor of business performance. We get fantastic feedback from our employees working in this space.
They're saying things like, I'm sleeping better. They start talking about how they love coming into the office every day.
Human cost is one of the highest costs, up to 90% of operating a business. So retaining and attracting the best people is really important.
And I think when employees see that this is something that's a priority to the company, I think they recognize it's a company that they want to work for.
The WELL building standard is an easy choice to make. At $1.10 per square foot for our project, less than $1 a day per employee, the return on the investment is priceless and really can't be measured.
If you want to keep your people productive and passionate, make sure the workspace is a healthy, vibrant environment.
In the same way with the green building movement, once we knew how to make buildings better for the planet, we had to do it. It was a moral imperative. Now we know how to make buildings better for people. We have to do it.
So I thought it's interesting to start hearing well from other people and people who are actually occupying these buildings. So there's 2 more videos to come, and the second one is really fun, and I think you'll really get an idea of how I think we see WELL changing the people who occupy these buildings, and the developers, and the landlords, and the architects, and the designers. This is having a real personal impact on how people are designing spaces. So it's really exciting for us. So here's a couple of really interesting statistics. I mean, we're looking at air pollution as a huge priority today across not only Asia, but all across Europe and the United States. So looking at how we can start making a difference in terms of creating safe and healthy places inside buildings. We're looking at hydration. So really just being able to address hydration in workspaces is giving us 2% more productivity and cognitive benefits. Looking at how food is impacting our staff means that they're also taking some of those habits back home. So being able to encourage the use of fruits and vegetables. We're looking at lighting that's having a really amazing impact on people's sleep cycle. So really looking at how do we move away from artificial light, bring in more natural daylight, and then how do we start changing people's circadian rhythm. These are all the outputs that are happening from being in a healthy building. So a little bit about our history. We launched in 2014. We're now at 500 million square feet, and in 2019 we released a program called Well Portfolio. And Well Portfolio and all of our standards are based on these 10 very strong concepts, which Beato gave a really great summary on. And we're looking at 58 countries of global adoption. So this is not a US standard, this is very much an international standard. We've reached over 10,000 people in our Well community who are Well APs. And when you look at how this translates in Europe, we've got 24 countries in Europe that are really focused on Well, and excited to say that Spain is now, like I said, in 3rd place with 77 projects, and just recently surpassed the Netherlands. So I just wanted to walk through a bit of a case study on, again, projects that already have successfully delivered Well. And looking at a project like this, we're again talking about dual certification. I think it's really important if you leave here today knowing that there's a great importance between sustainability and health. One cannot really survive without the other. So it's important that we focus on this. So this project in London, which is Landsec's headquarters, had around 470 employees and again got dual certification. Most important is the feedback that they're getting from staff. Again, we had old issues around lighting, poor acoustics, poor temperature, and people wanted to be in an environment that really supported their health. They started changing their food offering. They've been identified now as one of the most healthy environmental employers, which obviously brings them a lot of attention and retention of staff. They've got huge statistics showing that staff is extremely happy with the space, that it increases productivity, and we're looking at a 44% increase in overall post-occupancy performance. So this is turning out to be real strong KPIs and details that clients are really proud to be talking about. So this is the second video, which is a little bit about a project in Amsterdam, which I think if anyone gets a chance to go, this is a really fun and exciting building to actually go to.
After careful consideration, our beloved Edge Technologies headquarters is being awarded the WELL Platinum Certificate, the world's highest standard for healthy office buildings, quantifying light, water, air, nourishment, fitness, comfort, innovation, and mind. As the developer and tenant of the very first Dutch WELL Platinum certified building, we are proud. WELL requires a wide array of features, while minding the very finest of details. Our kitchen offers a fresh daily prepared food menu. Air quality is measured and optimized meticulously. Carpets and furniture are carefully selected for minimal hazardous compounds. Natural light, illuminating at its brightest. Biophilic design to make people feel at their finest. Numerous good reasons to be active in the building. A smarter and better connected social workplace, thanks to handy innovations. Various gym classes, fine art, natural ambient soundscapes, local climate control, and of course, plants. Lots and lots of extra oxygenating plants. So as you can see, all the careful attention to increase well-being is making our employees quite a bit happier and healthier. As a company on a mission to bring the world better buildings, we are quite excited to reside in one of the very best. With healthy regards, Edge Technologies.
Again, I just find them so inspiring that people are just really excited about their spaces and really happy to communicate what this has done to them as a company. So just a bit about Well Portfolio. This is really where we start to talk about Well moving at scale and looking at multiple buildings. So we're now moving away from single asset certification, which has been a fabulous starting point for us, but now we're really looking at how do we encourage entire organizations to put their portfolio through Well. And the Well Portfolio allows you to actually apply Well strategies at scale. So if you're looking at multiple buildings, we can help you streamline costs, we can simplify documentation review, and we can give you flexibility in terms of your long-term goals. But what's really important is, going back to our ESG discussion, is that you'll be able to develop a well score or a portfolio score based on how healthy your portfolio is, which I think will be really critical coming forward with ESG and social reporting, is how do we start to quantify that. So these are a couple of the organizations that have already joined us for the WELL portfolio. We've got 36 global organizations that are looking seriously at moving beyond single asset into this wider portfolio approach. And this is an idea of what the dashboard will look like. So we're hoping that you'll be able to look at all of your buildings, wherever they might be, if they're global or they're regional, and be able to really quickly look at how do my buildings perform against the 10 WELL criteria, and how can we start to develop maybe an FM plan over time to figure out how best we can service those buildings. So there's a lot of benefits. I know that ITG will be circulating this entire portfolio presentation after the conference, so if you feel like you need more information, please just reach out to us. There's lots of tools available and great support through the IWBI if you're interested in the program. And I'll finish with just one more quick video that talks really about the program benefits.
The places where we work, live, learn, and play have a profound impact on our health and well-being. More than our genetics, and even our access to healthcare. Organizations looking to attract the top talent, or the top tenants, know that they need to offer more than a paycheck and good benefits. They need to support whole person well-being. That's why we've created WELL Portfolio, a program that helps organizations implement, scale, and assess proven strategies that can impact the lives of many, from their staff to their customers.
We see that all of you are the centers of gravity for a growing movement where organizations are investing deeply in a culture of health and well-being, and not simply from an altruistic perspective, but understanding that the health of the business is linked to the health and well-being of the people who work there.
WELL Portfolio is a new pathway for engaging with the WELL building standard. The WELL rating systems are the world's leading framework for advancing human health and well-being in buildings, communities, and now, through the WELL Portfolio program, across entire organizations. Tailored to meet the needs of organizations of all shapes and sizes, WELL Portfolio acts as a roadmap to guide organizations on their individualized wellness journeys, recognizing and rewarding their achievements along the way. WELL Portfolio subscribers can elect to earn WELL certification for some or all of their assets in the portfolio, while others may not intend to achieve certification at all, opting to treat wellness as a journey as opposed to a destination, and seeing their WELL Portfolio score tick up over time.
So the WELL Portfolio program has been actually a very interesting one for us. So it gives us the ability to really to get scale. So for us it is, we want to get multiple locations certified. There are, when you look at the certification, there's certain aspects of that is repeatable for every location. And so it just makes sense, both from just a time standpoint and a return on that investment, to go ahead, get the bulk of that out of the way, work with the right teams globally to do so. And then it just makes it that much easier to then prioritize and start knocking off locations, if you will, from the certification process.
Accelerate healthier people and better business. Join the WELL Portfolio program.
So that just gives you a little information about the newest program that we have. Again, I'm super grateful to be here today, to be welcomed by such a strong community here at WELL, and look forward to the remaining sessions for today. Thank you.